Hey everyone, Mandolin here, back with The Art of Pain. I was able to give you guys an update after Thanksgiving, and I just have a subject I would like to talk about for a little bit today as well. My Thanksgiving went great. I prepared a lot of food, a lot of food for a small amount of people. And though I don't regret it, it was great having extras. There's just a lot left over that I don't even want to look at. I've had my fill. I don't even want to look at it. But it was great. It was really nice. So I'm glad that it happened. I hope you guys had some sort of Thanksgiving, however that may look like this year. I know probably some of you at least are celebrating some of the holidays alone, and I am so sorry for that. I imagine that seems pretty isolating. So definitely remember that you can reach out to people even if they can't be there with you. My best friend and I video chat all the time, almost every single day, just all the time, because we need that communication. She's home with our kids all day. I'm working from home all day. Like we need people to talk to. So that's a great way that I've found that we can kind of come together and help that loneliness a little bit, because it does hurt. Loneliness can hurt. I know from personal experience with BPD, sometimes it just feels like I could die from how lonely I feel, and I'm surprised that I don't, and I'm surprised that people can't see it. I would think I'm like oozing this like dramatic loneliness everywhere, and people are gonna catch on to it and be like, oh wow, what's going on? But they don't, because it's on the inside, right? It's how you're feeling. It's not necessarily how you're looking. So you need to let people know, okay? I would much rather be like inundated with messages than find out one of my friends committed suicide or attempted or made a drastic decision that if they had time to think about it, they probably would not have done. We've all been there, I'm sure, in those situations where it just feels like there's no way out, but there is, and the way out is to talk about it. Okay? Bring it up to whoever may listen to you. Don't stop. If the first person doesn't want to talk or is unable to kind of mentally take on that, ask someone else. Ask someone else. Ask me. Okay? Ask me. Tell someone what's going on. Ask them whatever, and just start a conversation. All right? So there's that. The holidays are lonely, and they are very lonely for many people everywhere. Even though you think everybody's happy and sitting around a Christmas tree and watching Lifetime movies, that's not the reality for a lot of people. A lot of people come from broken families. They may be just alone for other reasons. Maybe they, especially right now, this year, maybe they're at higher risk for COVID, so they can't go anywhere. They can't do anything. They can't see anyone. Just don't forget, whether it's online or in person, when you are interacting with other humans, do not forget that they have their own things going on. Regardless of how you're feeling, they have their own, all right? All the time. Remember me. You think I'm like normal, but unfortunately, that was not the card I drew. Anyway, so my actual topic today is relationships, friendships, co-workers, whatever, mainly pertaining to friendships, but it can go for any relationship. So, especially online, you see friends kind of commenting back and forth like, oh, I love you so much, blah, 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 you look so great in this picture, whatever they're discussing, or plans for a later date, things like that. You see these people interacting all the time. They love each other, right? They're at each other's houses all the time. They love each other. They love hanging out with each other. And then something happens, whether on the fault of one party or the other, or maybe neither, something happens that causes a rift between these people. And it's honestly kind of sad to see. I've obviously had it happen to me. I think everybody has experienced that at least once, whether it's, you know, a really close friendship or maybe a friendship you've had for a while that just kind of drifted apart and then you guys just aren't friends anymore. And I wonder, though we can't change it, though everybody grows at their own pace, everybody has their own goals, and some people's way of thinking may not be in line with somebody else's, so they're like, gotta go, especially over politics, but I'm not even touching that. Sorry, no, not touching that. In general, you see these relationships, you see them blossom, and then with everything being on the internet and kind of online, you see it dissolving. There's no more relationship, and it just makes me wonder how much of the of the relationship is genuine, because as soon as these people start fighting, no matter like who's to blame, what's going on, once you see these two people fighting, or maybe a group of people, if it's a situation like that, they are just going to dig and dig and dig at that other person, everything they hate about them, perhaps a personal appearance dig, like just, you know, just getting in there, and all these little things that other people probably wouldn't know, that this person who's now spewing this venom came to know under a relationship, under, you know, confidentiality, now is on the internet for the world to see. These things that obviously that other party being berated didn't want other people to know, but now it's all over the internet, and once it's there, people can screenshot it. That's life. And it just makes me wonder how fragile relationships are. If one day you're just like, oh, I can't wait to see you next week, it's gonna be great, I love you, blah blah blah, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, boom, a fight happens, you're not talking anymore, you're done talking, right? Where did the love go? Where did all of the nice feelings and all of your nice posts and nice words about this person, where did they go? They are just automatically replaced with venom and anger and just vitriol, pure pain. That's their only goal, is to cause pain to that other person. They're usually doing it back and forth. It's not usually a one-sided effort. They're both just digging and digging. Why? I'm not really sure. I don't know why, as humans, our first impulse is going to be like, yeah, well, you're blah, blah, blah. Instead of being like, okay, this situation is no longer positive. Let's walk away and come back when we've had time to cool off. Generally, it's just like messages, or even in statuses and comments and stuff, people just going nuts back and forth. And I just, how can they be so fragile? How can relationships be so fragile if it's something fundamentally humans need? That's why we made civilizations. That's why we made tribes. That's why we made clans. That we needed each other. We realized with time, you know, over time, evolution, what have you, that we needed each other. Every person can have their place in society. Maybe not today's society, that's a whole other issue, but we need it, okay? We need that interpersonal reaction. We need those relationships. And look what happens. Look what happens once they're done. All of these pictures that you have left over that you just skip over in your Facebook memories, all these feelings and emotions that you used to have towards this person have now been completely turned around to you absolutely hating them. It kind of blows my mind. I don't know why, because I've been there. I've been in those kind of toxic situations where it is just back and forth, and I've tried to, for the most part, make an effort to never do that again. I do try, if that happens to me, if someone were to like start something with me on something I posted, I do try my hardest. I don't belittle people, I don't insult them, even if they're coming at me with pure hatred. I just don't see the point in escalating it further or divulging sensitive information that I only had because we were friends at one point. Why am I then going to throw that in your face later? I don't get it. Yes, when I was younger, I definitely did that stuff. Definitely, because you react on impulse and you're just like, yeah, you want to make me hurt? I'm going to make you hurt. Let's go. Though I'm not really as clever or quick with little retorts, so that might also be why I try not to get into fights anyway. I don't want any part of it. But how and why are relationships so fragile if we need them? We need them. I don't know if this is more of a mindset or what, but I've just seen it time and time again, over and over, like this year most especially, just so many different relationships that you would swear they would be, you know, friends forever kind of thing, and then they've dissolved. There's nothing left but bitterness and anger, and who knows? I don't know if that means we shouldn't try for fear of that outcome, or if that's just what makes good relationships, healthy relationships, all the more worthwhile. Because in the end, even if you have no one but yourself, if you've had good relationships to look back on, you'll be able to carry that with you. So, in the end, is it worth trying? Yes, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't. I don't know if you guys know this, but we're building a relationship right now. Right now, we're doing that. It is worth it. It is absolutely worth it, even if it comes crashing down in flames one day. Hopefully not me or the Art of Pain, but in general, even if it comes crashing down, at least you had it. Better to have had it and lost it than to never have had it at all. That didn't always make sense to me growing up, but now it absolutely does. We need those things to carry on with us in our journeys. Even if we don't talk to those people anymore, they've imparted some of their idiosyncrasies and vice versa. So you always end up with different things. I drink beer. I don't drink usually, but I will drink a certain kind of beer because someone I'm not friends with anymore showed it to me when I was 20. You know, just some things we carry on with us, and that all makes us into who we are. So though relationships can crash and burn, I really think it is worth it to reach out to others. You don't know if that person is going to want to be your friend or is going to make a good friend for you until you try. Why not try, okay? Reach out to people. Let's try to build relationships so that we're not alone when we hit rock bottom. We need people there for us, okay? So make some good relationships. If they start turning toxic, turn the other way, all right? You don't need more of that. You don't need any of that. But if they're healthy and they allow you to grow, cherish them. Every single one of them. All right? I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'm super pumped I got this out today, actually. Like, very happy about it. So I hope you guys like it. And I will talk to you soon.